welcome back to my channel where we're about that breaking cycles life. Now for today's encouragement, guys, we are going to be going to the book of Jeremiah 33 verse 3, and we're going to be reading it right now. I'll be reading from my New King James Version, and it says, "Call to me, and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things which you do not know." Now immediately once you read that, you know the first thing that comes to your mind is what? Faith. And I know faith is a hard action to be exercised by 9, if not 100% of us. At some point in time, our faith comes into question where you're like, is it really going to happen? Like, everyone experiences doubt at some point in their life. It means yes or no, right? But God is reminding us that if we call upon him, if we have faith in him, to know that he will do above and beyond what we ask or think, then once we exercise that faith, he will definitely bring those things to pass that you would never dream, you'd never imagine these things would happen. So what is God trying to tell us today? What is it that we need to learn today to bring us throughout our day? It's that if it doesn't matter what trials we're going through, it doesn't matter how impossible it seems, it doesn't matter if time is approaching and we think that there's not enough time, or maybe the time has passed in our heads, because let's refer back to Lazarus, 4 days late, still on time. But it doesn't matter what we think is happening and how we calculate or risk or situations and think that, oh, God must work at this time. He says if you call upon him, he will show you great and mighty things which we do not know. Now let me give you an example. So when I was back in the University of the West Indies, Mona, right, it was 2015 when I went on work and travel to Florida. And while I was on work and travel, I had done a statistic. No, before going to work and travel, I had ended my second year with doing a statistics course. Statistics is not easy, guys. But yes, let's continue. This course was not easy, and unfortunately I failed, but we'll move past that. It's just a failure. I'm here now. It's okay. We've passed it. So I failed this course, and I got the notification while I was in Florida, not in Jamaica. So the teacher now was being a bit difficult. He was saying, if you don't take this course in summer of that academic year, then you will have to repeat the next year. I was like, huh? No, that won't be happening, because I am spending 3 years at the University of the West Indies, not 4. My actuarial science degree says I should complete in 3 years, not 4. So I was like, this ain't gonna happen, right? So I messaged the teacher. He didn't reply. I messaged him about 5, 6 continuously. I can't even count how many times I messaged him. I was like, teacher, please, what are you talking about? Please, can you give me the opportunity to do it in the first semester of next academic year, and it won't allow me to repeat or to do an extra year at the university. No response. So, knowing the Shanique that I am, I was like crying. I was like, oh my gosh, how's this gonna work? I'm not in Jamaica to go and do this course in summer. This is not going to work right now. This is not looking like it's supposed to be looking. So I continued doing my work and travel. And when I was texting him, that was all the way in May. And then June, I'm still texting him in August. So I had to return to Jamaica in September, like the first week of September. And I was like, God, you know that I don't want to spend 4 years at UE. My actuarial science degree says I should spend 3 years. I'm not spending 4 years. What are you going to do? So this is me calling upon God. What are you going to do? Like, really? Because your girl ain't spending 4 years at UE. It's not working. Only 3 years. Only 3 years at UE. And he didn't answer or anything. I was like, okay, looks like something is going to happen, but I don't know what it is. But just know that Shanique, or the Brent Ellis, is not spending 4 years at UA. So I was praying, crying, the usual. Praying, crying. God, what are you doing? God, what are you doing? God, what will you do? What will you do? This man was not messaging me. He's not responding to me. Nothing. I was like, okay, when I get done, maybe I can talk to him, and then I know I'll be 1 week late for school, but maybe they can enroll me in the class, and it still won't affect me, my degree for 3 years. So the last week before I came down, I just saw on my portal a message. I was like, okay, this is good. This is good. When I opened it, he was like, okay, you will be able to do your statistics course for the first semester of this academic year. I was like, okay, that's good. But you need to come and register by this specific date. And best believe that date was about 2 or 3 days after I would have landed in Jamaica. And I was like, God, you are so good. Look at you making the way. Because during that whole period where I was praying and crying and talking to people, some of my friends are like, Shanique, it's just 1 more year. It's just 1 more year. It won't be that bad. It won't be that bad. I was like, I'm not spending 4 years at UE. It's not working. Okay? So because, yes, they were coming from a sincere place. I'm not going to say nay to that, but they don't understand what I want or my desire. So everyone will give their opinion according to their perspective, right? And that's quite fine. I understood where they were coming, saying, oh, it's not that big a deal or anything, but in Shanique's mind it was a big deal, and I did not want to but add another year to my degree. It just wasn't going to work for me. And God saw my persistence. He saw my faith, and he saw me crying, praying out to him, and he worked in my favor that I was able to redo that course, which the teacher was so adamant that no student would, if they didn't do it the summer of that academic year, that they would do it at any other time. It would just have to be a repeat of the course. And being such an adamant teacher as I know he was, to see the fact that he changed to allow something, it's God. And that is how, if we call upon God, he can show us mighty things just in this simple thing, to say how great and how mighty he is as a God, regardless of the situation. And I'm just thankful to him once again for hearing my prayer and bringing some solution to that situation. So this is my admonition for you guys, that God is able to do above and beyond what we think. If a situation looks dire, just as how it looked as if I was going to spend 4 years at University of the West Indies, Mona, Jamaica, just know that God is able to turn that situation around to give you your heart's desire, and because that was according to his will, as we have discussed in a previous video. So it doesn't matter what trials you're going through, it doesn't matter what situation it is. It looks like it's never going to end, or it looks like there's a blockage at the end of the tunnel, but remember that God, if we call upon him, he can show us great and mighty things that we don't know, and he can definitely turn any situation around to bless his children. So that's our encouragement for today. Stay blessed. Bye. Have a great day.